Hello, everyone. I wanted to record a video about how we can connect with our ancestors, share some of my ancestor lineage or ancestral lineage, and do a card pull at the end. So, I love the sun, so just love how it beams on my skin. But anyway, I'm going to focus. So, anyway, our ancestors. Our ancestors are people in our family lineage that have moved on, passed on. um, so it could be, a grandfather, mother or cousin that has crossed over and transitioned to the other side. And our ancestors, our family, make up this beautiful kind of like tree. And there's always like the first ancestors, kind of like the source and the roots. Um, and our ancestors live within us. And so these beings, these people, are here to guide us, to live through our experiences, to share their knowledge and wisdom, as well as for us to help heal, heal and break generational curses and to kind of bring a positive impact to the lineage. And so as we heal ourselves in the physical, we are also healing them. And, some believe there's an ancestral realm, and that realm is within us. So, and how we kind of can know what ancestors are with us is maybe like our names. So, like some people will be named after an ancestor, or they might look like an ancestor, facial features, their mannerisms, as well as what else? Um, if they, picked up different, qualities and tasks and activities that they did. Um, and so that's kind of how we kind of figure out what ancestors are with us. But of course, we might not have the best ancestors, because everything is consciousness. So when we cross over, um, our consciousness is kind of still the same. So if we don't heal things in the physical realm, it will follow us to the other side. Not to scare everyone, just to encourage you to, have a beautiful life, create a beautiful life here, and to just enjoy the human experience. So, how we can kind of connect with our ancestors? We can do it through dreams, creating an altar. And how you create the altars has photos or objects that your ancestors felt, dearly and attached to. And, place a white cloth on, the surface and have pictures, and then also like fruits or like alcohol on that as well, because you're feeding the ancestors. A white candle would be great as well. And just to meditate near that and commune and talk to it. You can also put fresh flowers or anything that you desire that you want to create on your altar. Like I have crystals with mine, photos of my ancestors, white candles, sage as well. And you also want to use like the sage and Palo Santo to kind of clear out the altar, because everything holds energy. Um, and the dreams altar, as well as they can also send you like synchronicities and communication, through messages ringing from the ears, as well as like visions, and also through photos. So I look at some of my old photos of my ancestors, and like the things I do, they used to do. Some of it I didn't even really know. Like my great grandpa loved taking videos, home videos, had a camera, and I'm now taking photos. Or there's specific like musical artists that I listen to, and there's a photo of one of my ancestors, with a poster from like the CD from that artist. So it all kind of connects, um, and the best thing we can do is to heal, send them love and support. You can also do that by Reiki or shamanic practices as well. And you can kind of commune with, plant medicine with your ancestors too. I've had some journeys where I've connected with ancestors through plant medicine and shamanism, shamanic journeying and Reiki, because everything is connected. And if you have like seen those Disney movies, like The Book of the Dead, is that the book? Or I can't remember that movie. Um, I can't believe I can't remember. Anyway, even Moana talks about like the ancestors and how she was healing ancestor trauma, or also like kind of completing a task an ancestor wanted to do. She did it, and that was 1,000 years later. And so we will all become ancestors, and so we will be working with family members to just kind of guide them, share our wisdom and knowledge with them, and to support them on their journey. And so a little bit about my ancestor lineage. My mom's side came from England in the 1700s, mid 1700s, and bought land in Arnold area, Arnold, Annapolis, and that it's beautiful. I still live on the land, and it's like almost like a different world and dimension, and it's kind of private, but it's so bountiful with different trees, fruits, fertile land to grow our own, food as well. And it's just kind of like a heaven on earth. And so, I meditate out there sometimes to kind of connect and hear stories about them from other family members. And so they were farmers, they were healers, as well as they communed with the land. They were always happy. That's what my grandpa said, and he said none of them ever got sick. And so one answer that kind of came to me was my great great grandpa, Philip, and hear stories about him. He was a farmer, and then I picked up farming, and he was always happy and just a kind person. And he gardened until he was like 83, and then he died like 2 years later. But what was interesting is he died 2 months after moving off the land. So the land was almost his life force energy. I'm like, hopefully that doesn't happen to me. But anyway, have been some instances where, ooh, a feather. There's been some instances where the only time I've seen a feather fall from the sky is on that land. Like there's one instance where I was really upset, and all of a sudden, a white feather came down from the sky, and I'm like, very interesting. And so ancestors can commune through feathers as well, because birds represent messengers from higher realms or heaven. And so, and acknowledging the indigenous people that lived on that land too is the Piscataway tribe. So then we go to my dad's side of the family, which they are Piscataway Indians, and Black people as well. And I think they all are all the same, honestly, indigenous, melanated beings. But anyway, so they're mostly based in South County, Southern Maryland, like Charles County, St. Mary's, Waldorf area. And there's a Piscataway Park, and so it's a national park, and so people can, have picnics there, do the hikes and all that stuff. But an ancestor, Chief Turkey Tayac, is the one who saved that land to make it a national park, so the ancestors could do their journey, shamanic, not shamanic journey, but journey through on the other side. To they believed the other side they would continue their journey, and so they were shamans, healers, mystics, very connected to the land, just like my mother's side of the family. And what I'm realizing is, as you can look up, land acknowledgments of understand what indigenous people lived on the land before. And so we're in Arnold, it is Piscataway land, Annapolis, Piscataway land, Severna Park, Piscataway land, Southern Maryland, DC. And so basically the whole state is Piscataway, and our ancestors live within us for us to kind of come back to our old ways and teachings and communing with the earth. And so it's a beautiful thing to see, and I guess like this synchronicity, or how the ancestors commune with me. This week, I think Monday, I was outside and I asked for the ancestors to give me a feather. So anyway, 4 days later, I did this meditation, and something, sound healing meditation, and something was like, look up, the indigenous people that lived on the land, to acknowledge the indigenous people. And so I looked up right before I started the meditation, and it was Piscataway um, tribe used to live in Rockville. And so I thought, it was like, ooh, that was very, interesting. And before I also started the meditation, I found a feather, and blue is my favorite color, and it was like a bluish gray feather from the person's home, because she has birds. And so she's like, well, I vacuumed before everyone got here, but that feather is for you. That's a message. And so 4 days later, I finally got my feather, and my ancestors were like, there you go, shut the fuck up, because it came at divine timing and stuff like that. So that's how they kind of can commune through those messages. And it's a beautiful journey to connect with them and ask them for help and guidance, because that's what they're here to do. And so I just want to do a quick card pull for messages from your ancestors. Okay. Oh, wow. What? Okay. The card, I'm going to scoot up closer. Signs and reminders. So this is about synchronicities, angel numbers, feathers. Messages can also come through books. And so I'm just going to read the messenger real quick. And there's a rainbow and butterflies. And yes, ancestors can come as butterflies as well. We've got the moon, and we've got earth, and then a rainbow. So very beautiful card. Okay, let's see. Extended message. Angels love to send us signs because often we are not in a space where we can fully listen to their guidance. Most of the time, because we are too busy or not willing to listen to the messages we hear on the inside, and signs catch our attention. They remind us that our angels and loved ones in spirit are with us and willing to help us. If you ever found yourself questioning certain events or signs, it's because somewhere within you, you don't feel fully adequate or worthy of love that is being shown to you. Know that you are worthy. When you receive a sign, there's an important step you must take in order to usher miracles in your life. Call in help. A sign is a message that help is available, so welcome it in with an open heart. I'll just read the whole thing. It says your message. Angels and loved ones in heaven are sending you a sign of their presence now. You may be seeing the same number, patterns, or sequences, finding feathers, seeing the same birds at special times, or even feeling that you are being visited by a loved one or angel in dreams or at some point in your day. These are all messages of support. You are on the right path, and you are being guided to know that you don't walk this path alone. In times of need, angels are beside you, blessing your heart with love and healing, and your angels and loved ones in heaven will never leave you. Their love will never die. The fact that I pulled this card in this video, see, I did it at the right time, because I made like 2 or 3 other videos and it wasn't working. So anyway, this is basically the message about, how our ancestors can kind of commune with us and how we can work with them. And knowing that their love, and support never dies. And it's a beautiful thing. And some of us are ancestors that came back. Yeah, I'm definitely an ancestor that came back in in this lineage and stuff like that. And so I hope this helps you kind of connect with your ancestors, and have a good day.